Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Frisca Azzahra. I'm from the B class of Industrial Engineering. Today I'd like to present about my final project of academic writing and communication. And the topic is about survey of public perceptions about the new normal in the era of COVID-19 in Klaten. So here's the outline of the presentation. There are 6 outlines. The first is background of research, then purpose and benefits of research, then literature review, and next for research methodology, then data collection, and the last is conclusion and suggestion. Then for the first one is background of research. President Joko Widodo recently announced a new normal policy intended to reboot Indonesia's slumping economy. And because of this, many people are starting to be careless about the whole protocols. Then I think it's very important for us to know about what people really think about new normal and about their perceptions what new normal really is. Then the purpose and the benefit of this research are to knowing the public perceptions of the new normal in Klaten, the knowing what was the biggest source of people worries during the new normal, and to knowing the readiness of new normal supporting public facilities in Klaten. Then the benefit of this research is to be as a reference for the society and stakeholders to carry out activities and make policies in the new normal era. For the literature review, there are 2 inductive reasoning that we use. The first one is about public perceptions of using masks and washing hands during the COVID-19 pandemic at Medan Sukarame Market. The authors are Henry Edison Syahania and Tiarlin Selbakara. The method used in this research is interview. And for the results, there are still many people who don't care about the health protocols properly. This is indicated by the results of a survey conducted of 30 respondents in Sukarame Market Medan, North Sumatra, which showed that only 23.33% of the people use masks and it's about 26.67% people who wash their hands. And for the second of inductive reasoning is about analysis of Indonesian society behavior in facing the coronavirus pandemic and tips for maintaining the mental welfare. The author is Dosen Sabuana, and the method used in this research is literature study with a descriptive analysis approach. And for the result, there are still many Indonesians who have not heeded the appeal from the government to help endeavor to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic caused by a concept in psychology called cognitive bias. Cognitive bias is a systemic error in thinking that affects decisions and judgments that a person makes. Cognitive bias can be overcome by not making decisions in an urgent time and by avoiding making decisions when you're tired and you're not concentrating. And for the research methodology, the subjects of this research are 50 people who live in Klaten. It can be male or female. And they can come from different backgrounds. It may be students, employee, civil servant, housewife, or the others. And the research objects are to know the perception of Klaten society regarding the new normal. And the second, to know the availability of health protocol supporting facilities in Klaten. And the third is to know the surge of people worries during the new normal. And the fourth is to know the readiness of Klaten society personal sanitation equipment outside the home. Therefore, the data collecting method. There are 2 types of data. The first one is about primary data and the second is about secondary data. For the primary data, we use questionnaire and we spread the questionnaire through online form. It's called as Google form. And for the secondary data, we use literature study. It may found in books or in journals, in articles or in a thesis or the others. Then for the data collection, here's the result of the questionnaire. The gender of the respondents, it's more than half of the respondents are female. There are 68%. And for the male, there are 32%. Therefore, the age, mostly of all the respondents, it's about 84%. It's in 17 until 30 years old. Then for the 31 until 45 years old is about 12%, and for the 46 until 65 years old is about 4%. And for the professions, it's more than just half of the respondents are students. Then for the employees, it's about 13. And for the civil servant, there are 2 respondents. For the others, there are 3 respondents. And for the medical staff, entrepreneur, TNI, and housewife, there is a respondent each. Therefore, the public perceptions about new normal. 27 respondents think the new normal is adaptation to new environment. Then for the 9 respondents think that new normal is a reopening of activities. Then the 8 respondents think the new normal is an effort of reviving the economy. And for the 4 respondents think that new normal is COVID-19 cases will be increased. And for the 2 respondent thinks that new normal is starting a new life. And this is for the source of worries. Now, for 15 people think that their biggest worries is about ineffective online learning, and about 13 people think that their biggest worry is the increasing number of COVID-19 cases. And for the worry of the transmissions are 12 respondents. And for there who thinks that they can't see their relatives, there are 5 respondents. And for the respondent who thinks that they cannot worship with the congregation, there is a respondent. And this for the public facilities. Okay, the 48% respondent says that the public facilities in Klaten is good, and the 44% says that it's enough, and for the 2% says that it's bad, and for the 2% also it says that it's very bad, and for the 4% it says it's very good. And for the financial well-being, the highest result is about 60 respondent who says that it may be help to improve their financial well-being. And for the 10% of respondents says that a new normal is not improving their economic conditions. And for the 22% says that new normal is really can help there to improve their financial well-being. And here's for the practicing health protocols. 78% of respondents says that they always practicing health protocols whenever they are and every time. And for the 22% says that they're only practicing health protocols when they're in a crowded public places only. And for the personal sanitation kits, oh my god, this is a good result. It's about 96% of the respondents says that they always bring face masks anywhere. And for the hand sanitizer, it's about 84%. And for the tissue, it's about 38%. And for the personal cutlery, it's so sad. It's about 10%, but it's the important thing. Okay, so that is about going out of the house, doing activities outside. It might be in a crowd or not. The 96% of respondents says that yes, they're going out of the house in this new normal, and the 4% says that they're not going out of the house in this new normal. And it's about attending events that involve a crowd. It's about wedding party, or it might about a meeting, or it's kind of about work activities or the other things. For the 76% of the respondents said that yes, they're involving themselves in the crowd, and for the 24% said that not yet. So, from all the research objective, and from all the purpose, it can be concluded that more than half of respondents have a good understanding about the new normal. Then the biggest source of concern for the Klaten community is the and effectiveness of online learning. Then the survey results stated that the readiness of public goods to public places. And we need to increase public awareness to complete their personal items when going outside home, especially to bring personal cutlery. It should be the highlight because when you use the same spoon with the others when you're in a restaurant or in coffee shop or in all the public places, it will be very dangerous because COVID transmission is can be from a droplet. And although we use the spoon and we wash it very clean, we can make it really sure that the viruses is on the spoon or not. So for our health, it will be better if we bring our personal cutlery. Okay, and I think it's enough from me. Thank you for the time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.